If you find yourself surrounded by people whose goals aren't lofty, who's not doing the things that you want to do later on in life or whatever, you're like aligned with your goals, to not necessarily cut those people out of your life completely, but start surrounding yourself with more people in alignment with where it is that
DJ Esco, ET, Esco Terrestrial.
Think about if you would have known what you know now.
Huge difference? Yeah.
That massive difference.
You probably...
Massive difference.
What you think? You easily over 500K?
Bro, I think I'd be a millionaire by now.
Yeah.
But it's just a matter of it's never too late. One.
Yo, that's why information is so important.
It's
and
so
teaching.
important,
yeah.
And that's why it's important to give back, which is why I'm passionate.
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
If you give the kids the tools to you like to maneuver through adult life early and often, then they may not necessarily choose to go $80,000 in debt in tuition to have a degree that, no offense to people who have degrees, that may not work for them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People gravitate towards degrees more often than not because
they see it so
it's lucrative.
Yeah.
But they also don't know that those same degrees that are lucrative are also the most saturated. It's like there's the most competition.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas we don't implore our kids to go to trade schools on a regular basis.
Yeah. That's
not
like
when you go to Vinyl Tech or you go to whatever other tech school, like in high school, people are like, oh, not too many people do that.
Yeah.
But if we popularize that like they used to back in the day, this is somebody who leaves with a tangible gift to society, can make money immediately, and then pull that money into other resources with the right information, the right resources.
Yeah.
Not just making a check so they can party as wild as fuck on the weekend. You know what I'm saying? But it's making enough money that they can live their young life and have fun, and also prep for the storms that are to follow. You know what I'm saying? Or the growth that is to follow, whatever it may be.
Yeah, for sure. So, someone had asked me whether I would trip if my daughter didn't want to go to college or not, and I said I wouldn't, because I'm assuming, or like what I know is I'm gonna be teaching her about business. So by that time, whatever she's interested in, I'm gonna say, hey, pursue that. Yeah, go for it. You don't to own a business or start a business. You don't necessarily need college. I feel like the experience that you're getting owning that business is. Because before you're just learning, you're not into it. I would say when you're into it, that's when you're learning, because you're actually doing it.
Yeah, and you're consumed by it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So literally, like shout out to my business classes, but the marketing, hey man, I'm doing it now is much different than learning. For sure.
Yeah. If textbooks were the be all end all, then everybody who read one would
be
rich.
Exactly. And that's like this off to college, but some things you just necessarily don't exactly need it, but I get it. It makes in the way you want to get out, but debt is a real thing, and debt is not playing with you at all. Yeah. They're coming for all of that.
Sally Mae need that check.
Yeah,
she make sure she.
Yeah, she's not playing. And yo, if you definitely don't know what you want to do, community college is definitely like a way. Like don't be like embarrassed to go at all. Yo, your freshman year of college, majority at any college, you're knocking out your gen eds, like your regular classes. Like the only thing you're missing is what? The campus experience.
Exactly.
But other than that, you're not being in debt. So, okay, think about
pros
the
and cons. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Pros and cons at that point.
And even that, like you could go your sophomore or junior year, and then you're still gonna enjoy yourself, but.
Or you got friends on that campus and you can visit them on the weekends.
Yeah, literally, you're saving. It's the difference between $50,000 more in debt than not. You want to save $15K and
I have no student loan debt, and I can tell you that is a breath of fresh air. Especially when talking to so for instance, my director of marketing went to West Virginia. He's $80K. $80K in the hole. Thankfully, he's made six figures for the last 7 years.
Yeah, that's
you know
awesome.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But still, the fact that he had to dig out of that hole.
Yeah, bro, that's crazy for school.
$80K is a lot of money, man.
$80K.
A lot of things I can do with $80K right now.
$80K can change a lot of people's lives on that front.
Yeah. Throw somebody $80K right now, I tell you, they do something wild with that money.
Yeah.
So.
And another thing you pointed out, you like to give back and give knowledge as far as that. I had went back to the high school in 2019, the Middletown High where I graduated, and I got to talk to them, and that was dope. Like I'm looking forward to doing it this year too. I had to explain to them about college, about what I do, and just some advice to the real world, and that was dope. I really look forward to doing that. I'd like to do that for other schools. I don't know who's seeing this, maybe a teacher.
Word.
Reach out to him, reach out to me.
Yeah.
I'd love to do that. Before we go, and this may go longer too. Tell the people what you do, because we talked about real estate. We talked about a lot of things, honestly. But
yeah, so real estate obviously is just a passion of mine. It's something that I'm very much involved in, and I've owned my first property already. But what I actually work in is home remodeling industry. So I work for a company called Power Home Remodeling. We are the nation's largest exterior remodeler.
huge.
So massive, but we don't pay for traditional advertising. We're not on radio or TV. Although we did do that billboard with LeBron, so shout out to LeBron.
Crazy.
I am not a Lakers fan. But yeah, so I'm a marketing manager at Power Home Remodeling. I run a team of guys. I help train and support them through their endeavors at our business. So I help them get up off the ground running, teach them the skill sets that are necessary to be successful, and ultimately line their pockets with as much money as possible.
A blessing.
It's been very impactful for me, being in a leadership position, something that I've naturally gravitated towards in my whole life, and being able to help influence people to do better in their careers and in their personal lives. So what we pride ourselves on is cultivating leaders. Our business is built on leadership, so we value it to the utmost extent, which is why we actively hire athletes and veterans. We have a huge veterans initiative. But people who are from the minority background, athletic background, or veteran background typically do better at a wild statistical rate. So we just try to pay it forward.
A blessing, truthfully.
Yeah.
Right. Were you always good at your position?
No, I was booty actually when I first started. So I've always been like geared towards sales. It's what my natural skill sets are built for. I actually got this job selling a coworker a phone prior to ever working there.
It's crazy.
Which is wild how that
Yeah,
worked
that's really ironic.
Yeah.
Selling a phone and then got into it.
Working sales and then got hired in a sales position. But it was different. It was different. The whole atmosphere is vastly different. What I do on a day-to-day basis is exponentially different than what I was doing prior to. But the raw aspects are still there. I'm still face-to-face with the customer, and I'm still communicating my product to them in a way that makes sense. But my ability to make it make sense for them at the time just wasn't there, although I had all the tools given to me from the company. So the training process is fantastic. Like I've never received better like tutelage in a company as I have here. And I've been a GM at LA Fitness. I've been sold phones through Best Buy, et cetera, and a lot of other things that I won't necessarily mention. But yeah, it was just different. You know what I mean? Yeah. But like we were talking about earlier, like growth happens where you're most uncomfortable. And even if you fail and you fail forward, ultimately you learn, and you learn how to better operate through your experiences. So through that, I wound up one day giving my boss a call, and I had only made like $8,000 through a 3-month span, which is not a lot of money at all. And I was like, you know what, I owe it to you to be completely committed to learning this craft and being exactly who it was you hired me to be. Because, retrospect, when he interviewed me, I said that he asked me what I wanted to be in 5 years, and I asked him what his position was, and he told me RVP. So I said, I intend on being you in San Diego. So after that phone call, started that quarter that Monday, made $25,000 in 3 months. The next quarter, $30,000 in 3 months.
Yeah.
So
How long difference between 8?
Vastly different.
Yeah.
And went from making $8,000 in Q1 to 25 and a promotion to 30 and another promotion, and then being at the point in which I'm at now.
And that came from what? From like doing something different, from applying yourself different, from focusing different, like what?
I think that it's a couple things. Like we were talking about earlier, surrounding myself with the right individuals.
Okay.
Instead of like congregating with the people who were doing like the same level of performance that I was in the office, I started surrounding myself with the people who were the top performers. And although I didn't have much to contribute to the conversations at that point in time, I could contribute energy. And pick brains.
Yeah,
and
facts.
if all I'm doing there is asking questions, it's giving more value to me than it is to them, but at the end of the day, that's what they're there for.
Yeah,
You know
for
what
sure.
I'm saying? Experience is meant to be shared.
And I'm sure if they're in the same company, they're gonna want you to, like,
Exactly.
in the long run. Because if you're doing good, then they're doing good.
The
Like
business,
yeah, the
you know
business,
what I'm
yeah,
saying? And
exactly.
a $45 million office doesn't do it. You don't do it by yourself.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So
definitely not.
what it was is like surrounding myself with those minds, that energy, and what that did was shift my mindset. So I went from focusing on the hurdles and focusing on solutions. You know what I'm saying? So instead of like positivity,
Wow.
yeah, yo,
I might run that back for you in slow motion for what you just said. But keep going. I'm
yeah.
sorry.
So like the power of the mind is
Incredible.
wild.
Yeah.
So the subconscious mind works in really weird ways.
Do you believe in manifestation?
I absolutely do. I'm literally about to go into that. So like, I believe in manifestation. I believe in the law of attraction.
Absolutely.
I would go into the story about how I learned that, but that would take a long time. But I believe that in surrounding myself with the right people, I started to switch the way that I thought about things and the thoughts that I put out, and then wound up reaping different benefits. So instead of waking up in the morning and being like, oh damn, all right, let's get to it.
Yeah.
Waking up in the morning and be like, all right, cool, I woke up, I'm alive and well, and I have an opportunity to do great things. Started practicing affirmations on a daily basis. I have them written all on a whiteboard on the side of my bed. I wake up in the morning, I brush my teeth, I recite my affirmations. That was a big part of why I feel I can attribute my success. I'm also writing down my goals and seeing them on a daily basis. All right, this is how far we've come, this is how far we gotta go. But what it did for my mind, instead of like when I'm struggling, my mind going to negative places, it went to like, one of my affirmations is, you are a strong, beautiful man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn, well, life's not that bad. I'm still strong and beautiful, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to be like a person in America that owns a plot of this land, and knowing that it's going to appreciate in value as it grows and gets older, like real estate doesn't go down, like rent doesn't decrease. You know what I mean? But ideally, what it does is it puts my kids in a position. You remember that meme where it's like a starting line, and it's an African American man and woman and a Caucasian man and woman.
Do they have shackles?
The shackles
on?
are on the black folk.
Yeah.
That's what we start at. But when you pass your kids like real wealth, stocks, real estate, things of that nature, then you give them that head start that is afforded to these other like, demographics. So that's the idea. So that's why I learned that stuff. That's why I continue to dive into the information and continue to learn, like teach myself more about it. Continue to reach out to people who are already doing it at a high level, and ultimately will be able to build like a conglomerate myself.
Okay, cool. At any point, do you think that you would like, even per se, reach out to like youngins to teach a class to say, hey?
1,000%. So one thing that I'm really passionate about is giving back to the youth. Period. Especially minority youth. How to do that specifically, I'm still trying to wrap my head around. But I've already had a couple instances of speaking to like athletic teams at my alma mater, and like boys and girls clubs. Yeah. And I want to do a lot more of that. Yeah. Because even in just like my route to college football was just super unorthodox. I started my freshman year. I was 23. You know what I'm saying? Like. Not too many 23-year-old freshmen playing football, you know what I'm saying? So like,
old as shit.
Old as shit. Uncle Mike is what they call me, you know what I'm saying? So like,
that's funny.
But the fact that I was able to do it, and I virtually paid nothing to do it, because California has a Board of Governors waiver, and if you qualify for the Max Pell Grant, then you literally only have to pay your fees at the start of the semester. Wow. So $40 a semester. So before getting a scholarship, I was only $120 down. You know what I'm saying? And then being able to pocket your Max Pell Grant, you know what I'm saying? So like that helps with living costs, that helps with everything.
And can you explain like what that is to like people who don't know? Because like
so you file for financial aid, and whether you get the max or a separate amount is what you qualify for help. If you qualify for the max in the state of California, if you do, you are also entitled to the Board of Governors waiver, which pays your tuition. You can see where that would be financially beneficial to most folks.
Absolutely.
Especially as a student athlete who myself didn't get the looks that I wanted in high school, was injured on and off in high school, and only played 2 years of high school football. Like, it gave me an opportunity to walk onto a school and not have to worry about where I was going to live, how I was going to pay for my books, how I was going to pay for my living expenses, my food, all that other stuff. Wow. And focus on ball. So like, going back to speak to schools like Milltown High or Maloney or Merritt, or like any of the schools in Meriden, and talk about like, listen, if you're really passionate about football, like there are ways that you can do it without necessarily having to walk on at full tuition at your dream school. You can get your associate's degree, rack up your credits and units or whatever you want to call them, play ball at a high level, showcase exactly what you have, and then get offered a scholarship, whether it be an NAIA, D3, D2, or D1 school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And not have to pay for school.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
So like that's just another avenue that's available for you.
Yeah.
But you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
And the first part of knowing is knowing that there's more information out there.
Yeah, for sure.
And then finding the way to get it.
So then again, that's about applying yourself like to learn that info. Like in general, and I probably could have did the same, not like literally exactly, but as far as like literally applying myself, because I bet there are a bunch of scholarships and I didn't really apply myself towards them. But do you think they have something like that in Connecticut?
As far as junior colleges, not really.
Not really?
The closest junior college to us is Dean College in Mass.
Yeah.
Definitely, if anybody's watching this that's a young budding athlete and wants to go that route, that's something to look into. But Dean is private and a little expensive.
Yeah.
But in terms of, listen, if you want to experience out of state, if you want to experience college football at a high level, because the California Junior College Association is really good football. You know, there's just more talent for them to pull from.
Yeah.
So if you want to have the best opportunity at playing at the next level, there's two places to go: out Midwest and play in the regular Junior College Association, or down south, or play in California.
Okay.
And I mean, with all the schools that are available in California and all the schools that are recruiting from California junior colleges, it would be my recommendation for like young athletes that didn't get scholarships or didn't get the scholarships that they wanted.
Okay. It's always better to try than not to, because what are you going to get out of not doing it? A bunch of what ifs if you did. So that's to say, go for it. To speak on him, and I don't know his exact life, but I know when he probably first started, he didn't know exactly where he was going or like which way to go. He probably didn't have a plan, but he tried it, and like ups and downs, but look at him now.
That's it at the end of the day. So to go off of what you were already saying, the worst thing that you can go to your grave with is regrets. This shit is heavy. You know what I'm saying? Living a life with regrets is a burden that you don't want to have. And that you can, if you can minimize as much of that as possible, then I would absolutely recommend to do so. I didn't have a plan when I first went out to California. My only goal was to play college football, and I was willing to do whatever it took to do so. So, if you have a vision and you have a goal, just be committed to it and be willing to do whatever it takes to get it done.
Gems.
So, what I would implore you to do is stick to your guns. Don't let people around you tell you that you can't do something, because everything that one man has done, another man can do. And it's just literally about applying yourself, like you said.
Yeah.
So
I always say like everything is hard till you till you do it. Everything is hard till you do it. Like with the camera, learning the camera, acting, learning about stocks or putting money in stock. Everything, because you don't know it, and it might seem hard until you do it. Then it's like, oh, okay, it's not. It was just I was missing out or didn't understand this piece. Now I think the thing about the stocks is one thing I haven't applied myself to more really learning it. But one thing that's hard for me right now is what would I say? Following it, because I know it like differs at different times, and I'm like it kind of I don't really get it like because it has a lot of depending factors, right?
Yes, of course, like what's going on in society and politics, etc.
Literally. So but I shouldn't like what I was gonna say. I shouldn't like let that hold me back, because at the end of the day, hey, the Apple could go right now, like literally the person that runs Apple right now could go out and say, I hate niggers, y'all shouldn't have these phones, and the stock would go all the way down. But right now, the Apple, how high do you think it is?
High as hell.
Yeah, like literally, and the
if
people,
it dipped, then I'd be buying. That motherfucker said that shit, they'd fire his ass in an instant, and I'd be buying up all the Apple stock I possibly.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Without a doubt. Yeah. And that's to say, like the people that got into it, they're right. Like literally.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, it speaks to what you said beforehand. It's like not trying defeats the purpose of life. It defeats the purpose of growth.
Growing,
You know what I mean? And we were talking about like the comfort zone and like how most people live within their comfort bubble. You know what I mean? And real growth happens outside of that. So growth cannot happen in that comfortable environment. If you're doing all the same things that you always do, you get the same exact results that you always have.
Absolutely.
So like, that's the definition of insanity, is like doing the same thing and expecting different results.
Yeah.
So another recommendation that I have for anybody watching this is, if you find yourself surrounded by people whose goals aren't lofty, who's not doing the things that you want to do later on in life, or whatever, you're like aligned with your goals, to not necessarily cut those people out of your life completely, but start surrounding yourself with more people in alignment with where it is that you want to be.
Be open to talk to more people. Link up with more people. Definitely be open. Yeah, for sure.
Because, I mean, if the environment in which you're in can stunt your growth.
Absolutely.
So, and
absolutely,
the law of averages states that the people that you associate with most on a regular basis are a direct depiction of who you are as a person. So you are the sum of your 5 friends. If your 5 friends make no money, smoke nothing but weed, watch fucking rap battles online all the time, you probably watch battles online all the time, smoke a lot of weed, and make no bread. But there's nothing wrong with doing those things. But if that's not aligned with your goals, then you have to change the environment in which you spend most of your time. Not necessarily all of your time.
Yeah, for sure. Like, and another thing to point out, in which I see, on this journey to where you want to be, you're gonna lose friends.
1,000%.
It is what it is, cause some of them, no hard feelings. Like, you still got love for them. Like, you probably even said, "Yo, I got this great idea." You probably told them what you made off it, and they probably still ain't jump on it. Right. It is what it is, and I seen that early on. Like, people be seeing that like late and be like, "Damn," or just be like, "Nah, let me just rock with him, cause he might." Yeah, it is what it is, bro. It's gonna happen, bro.
It happens,
and it's a shame. Sometimes it's family, bro. You tell them like, listen, I have a way, like a legal way, like, cause illegal bread is illegal bread. We got a legal way. The camera is what resourceful income that's always gonna be there. Like, whatever, there's always something that's gonna need to be like shot. So I say, all right, boom. Think of something that you may like, or maybe don't even like, but interested in a little bit. Something that's just always gonna be there, like regardless, like of a need or a service, something along that lines. Like, it's just little things, like thinking like that. It'll help you. Yeah. At least, and clothes. People always gonna need clothes. Like,
people always gonna need a place to live.
Yeah, so literally, always. And I was talking to Christian about that yesterday. Christian Outlaw, do you know about any chance?
It's corny sometimes, like hearing like affirmations and law of attraction. It's not necessarily tangible in like the raw sense, but what you can see is the results. So if you're going to try this type of stuff, you have to, one, do it with complete conviction and absolute belief, and you can't just do it for a day. You got to do it repetitively. So wake up every morning and give it like complete attention and focus, and see where you wind up a week or 2 later, and then you can base it whether or not if you believe that stuff still. You know what I mean?
Respect. So what advice would you give to the average person who's like, and this not working, I just, like, literally, I don't know what's for me. I don't know, like, well, I don't know what should I be doing. Like, what advice do you have to those people?
Well, not to quit your job today, because you still need that income, right? But the first thing I would say to do is, like, find your passion.
That's right.
I think that it's very important to know what you like to do.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you like doing certain things, then from there you can find out if you can monetize that. And if you can monetize that, you can start small.
Yeah.
And while you're working at your job, in your free time, you can work at your craft or your passion. If your passion becomes lucrative enough, then eventually you'll be able to quit your job. Or you could be a risk taker and decide to, like, it's profitable, but if I gave it more time, then it would be super lucrative, and then quit and do it that way. But I don't personally recommend that. But I mean, there are people that do it and are massively successful. But I think my first bit of advice is to find what you're passionate about.
Yeah, for sure. I'll double back off of that and say, definitely find what you're passionate about. Quick story: I came into college as a history major.
Really?
A history major.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my advisor was like, they called me to the office. They was like, why do you want to be a history? Why do you want to hit? Or what are you interested in? Like, why do you want to be a history major? I was like, well, I like Black history, because Middletown High, the only thing we learned about was what Malcolm X and
Martin Luther King. That's it.
And they're great. Nothing against them, but I want to learn more, because we have way more. Like, Literally, we learned about slaves.
Way more history.
I knew we were kings. Like, why didn't I hear about this? And shout out to the Men in School program that came to MHS because they helped me. Like, it definitely helped me to be who I am in the mindset that I have.
Word.
But yeah, so she asked me, and I was like, yeah, like by history, I want to learn more. It's like, well, you want to be a history teacher? It's like, no. It's like, well, do you want to be a history, like, be at a museum, like, telling people? I was like, no. She's like, well, this isn't the major
this
for you.
ain't for you.
Yeah, I was like, well, okay. That's kind of get. I don't wanna. So she was like, well, what do you like doing, or what's something fun that you like doing? And she was like, even bring it back to high school. Like, what subject was fun for you? And I took a drama class. It was like a impromptu though, and we'd always do that. And that's every year I took it. It was fun.
Word.
So yeah, and I became a communications major. I took drama classes, but I figured communications was something that was like, it's always gonna be there. Like, everybody needs somebody to communicate something.
Yep.
So
Yep.
and there's so many different positions in communications.
Absolutely.
And then like I said, I had those classes, so I was able to take those classes. It wasn't a major, but I figured majoring at an HBCU for like acting, it wouldn't be as pivotal as if I went to like a school that was literally just for it. So
arts,
so I was literally thinking about future wise. But as I kept continuing, I even got like roles in college and plugged myself in more. Movie called Harriet, like literally Harriet Tubman. I'm in that movie November 1st. I play a Union soldier.
Yeah.
Big strap. Yeah.
Word.
Yeah. Big strap.
Big strap.
Big strap. And I'm right next to Harriet. Shout out Cynthia. What is it? Cynthia Bailey. She's from the UK. I'm sorry if I butchered your last name. Very sorry. But you were such a nice lady, and you did your thing in Harriet. I seen the previews and it looks amazing. But yeah. Definitely look for me. I'm in just a few seconds, baby. Just a few seconds. You'll see my head. If you know me, you'll see me. I ain't got a speaking role, but I got this strap with me. I'm letting them know. But yeah, I did that in college, so it's just like little things that let you know you can do it. You definitely can do it. I'm from Middletown. I'm in a movie. Like, that sounds so crazy to me.
That's why.
Like, I'm me.
You better be on the big screen.
Yeah, you probably went to school with me. You probably see me on Main Street doing whatever. Like, yo, I'm in a movie. I'm in some commercials too that I did in college. At both schools, I did a commercial. Like,
that's why.
I'm from Middletown. It'd be crazy to think about.
But that happened because you put yourself out there, though.
Yeah, like,
and you got outside your comfort zone.
Speaking of outside of comfort, bro, I went to Virginia State University. I probably have one family member that was in Virginia. He's 40, so I really wasn't in communication with him. So I didn't know anyone when going to that school.
Word.
So at this point, I knew it. I just knew I didn't want to be in state for school. Yeah. So like, I feel like getting out of my comfort zone, it really isn't that uncomfortable. Cause if you want something or like want a new experience, then you're gonna do something. Like, if you tired of being broke,
getting out of state to people who are maybe like considering college and just graduating high school.
Yeah, considering high school and graduate. Yeah, for sure. Cause especially if they're living in Connecticut, cause we live in the second smallest state in the United States.
Yes.
What's the irony in that? Like, literally, and was Rhode Island the first? Like, and it's literally right there. Yo, there's not much here compared to everywhere else. Like, literally, I'm not saying you can't make it from here, but I'm telling you, there is so much more. And once you get that, like, that, I think it was either Washington or Atlanta, like, that had me. I was like, yo, what the fuck?
Word.
Like, it was like,
once you see it, you realize what's out there. You want to see more. Yeah,
and it was like, yo, there's no way I could just like live this sort of life and just be on this, because I just want more. Even right now, I'm in Connecticut telling you this. This is 2019. This is probably the beginning, early in my career. Like, I foresee myself all over. I really want to be all over, because I seen what's out there. I don't want this. I want this. I want so much more. And so much more for my kids. Like, I want them to experience some shit I ain't never did. I went to Disney once.
New York.
Yeah, they were. How close it is, right? Like, you don't even mention like a thing. Nah, we just real close to Boston, New York. Like, literally. Yeah. That's crazy. But yeah, especially if you're from Connecticut, get out. Even if you don't have that much money, like, I would say be smart with your money when you're out there. But for sure, just take that chance. Like, definitely take the chance, because you never know who you can meet, how your life could change, your grind when you see something. I think it was what, my junior or senior year of college. I was going back to Virginia State University for what? I think it was because of a break, but my financials was fucked up. Like I think I had missed the train or flight.
Damn.
And I had no one to contact, like
Yeah.
really no one. And like after that, I said, yo, I will never ever have less amount of money where I can't get a flight there and back. And ever since then, I'm good. That's in the bank right now. Like leave right now, and be alright.
That's it.
Yeah, cause like, and it takes some of those moments where you're mad at the world, like you down bad, just to like be like, alright, boom, to like level up.
Trust me, I've been there before, man. Like I said, I was telling you earlier, I've been on and off homeless from the time I was 14 till I was 23. So different stretches for however long or short they may have been. And it just taught me how to be resourceful. And you never know what you're capable of until your back is against the wall.
Facts.
You don't
repeat
know,
that from?
You do not know what you are capable until your back is against the wall. There is nobody, there's no truer introduction to oneself than when you have nothing. So like, if you, I recommend experiencing adversity, but anybody who's been through tremendous adversity in their life, I feel like can tell you what they're capable of. And I know what I'm capable of, which is why we were talking about, like, I know sometimes my tweets get a little arrogant and whatnot and stuff like that, but I am as cocky as I am because I know where I've been and I know what I've overcome.
It's huge.
And I am humbled by that, but I am also empowered by that. And
that's the thing, you definitely can be humbled and empowered by something like that.
Exactly. Word.